Can you say like what what happens when you use steroids, like more in depth?
So I could probably explain a little better when I go through anabolic steroids themselves versus corticosteroids, because if you're looking at abuse in athletes, this is kind of more what you're kind of looking for. So they're a chemical compound which are like closely resembling sex hormones. So basically what that means is that you increase the testosterone in a male or the estrogen in females, if that's what you're looking for. So the first couple things I do: growth development, maintenance of reproductive tissues, muscularization in males, nitrogen retention, which leads to protein synthesis. And that protein synthesis is how you build muscle. So overall, it just kind of increases muscle mass and gain development through that way. Physically in the body, what it does, it kind of allows the protein, because you have carbohydrates, protein, and fats, and it allows you to take in more protein, which builds muscle, while not using the carbohydrates and fats, basically. So that's what the anabolic steroids do.
Okay, so how can you tell if someone has used steroids or hasn't?
Like somebody who's abusing steroids? Typically, let me think. So if we're talking about in just males that are using testosterone steroids, emotional changes are the number one key. They start getting really angry for no reason. They can get acne, they can get deepening of voices, they can get growth of hair in different places, aggressive behavior, increased cholesterol, acne, baldness, all those kind of things are what would happen in males. If females are abusing them, again, kind of the similar things. Their voice gets deeper, they get facial hair, which they obviously don't normally have. They kind of start taking on characteristics of males in all physical sense. If later on, though, if you saw somebody that had abused steroids for a really long time, what you can see is more liver tumors, cancer, heart disease, hypertension, the central nervous system dysfunction, changes in their reproductive system that they can't reverse, that kind of stuff, is people who've abused them for years and years and years.
So, they test to see if like athletes have used steroids and other different things. How do they test for this?
Typically, they use a urine sample test.
Okay.
So what they'll do, especially at the collegiate level, is they randomize the test. So you'll be put into the NCAA system. Your name will randomly get pulled. Then the athletic trainers at the school will have to go in with the student, and they have to give them a urine sample and making sure that the urine sample is clean, and they send it off and get it tested. Sometimes if you have issues, you can ask for a blood test if you have like a positive that came back and you know that you haven't been abusing. But most of the time it's just urine samples.
So when athletes are caught getting steroids, right? Are steroids legal, or are they?
Yes, you can get prescribed steroids. So for instance, somebody who has testosterone issues in a male, he can get prescribed anabolic steroids without having any repercussions of it, because he actually needs it. He doesn't have the testosterone in his system. We also see a lot of corticosteroids, which again is for inflammatory reasons. So people are prescribed steroids because of diseases or issues that they're having.
So, what about abusing steroids? Is that illegal, or is it completely legal?
It's totally illegal, because most of the time when you're abusing steroids, you're getting it at what we call the black market. So it's coming from people stealing it from medical companies, people buying it illegally from medical representatives, and selling it to people at a higher price, and that's kind of how you get the abuse happening.
So, for the with the sport, your punishment for taking steroids is they kick you off of the team, or what happens?
It depends on the level. So for NCAA, depending on what kind of drugs you're using, if you're prescribed something, you can bring your prescriptions to the NCAA, then you won't get kicked off because you are prescribed steroids. For people who abuse them, as far as I know, it's suspension first and for first time, and then you get expelled completely. But if you're at the Olympic levels, they take away all of it. It was right after an Olympic, for example. They take away all of your medals that you earned and take away your title as well. So if you earned a gold medal, but they found any kind of steroid use in your system, they'd automatically strip you of all of your medals.
Okay.